All right, I got my favorite rod, got my rain gear on. What the hell? Sunny? Bass Prediction Center was wrong again. We've got another chaotic setup this week in fishing weather, with severe storms, lingering ice, and flooding rains. We even have a cold blast for part of the country. Stay tuned to find out where. Welcome back to Bass Prediction Center, where we're tracking weather, seasonal patterns, and tournament trends to help you catch more and bigger fish. Guys, welcome back. Taking a look at our map here. And as you can see, there is still an ice line, and it's almost May. My goodness, I could never live in northern Minnesota, northern North Dakota right now. You guys are frozen up. I think you have some small waters you can fish, but the bigger lakes still frozen up there, which is crazy. Winter areas are shrinking quick, just in the Northeast here, and then the Dakotas, Montana, northern Wisconsin. You guys had some tornadoes last night. Hope everybody's okay. Pre-spawn, looking at a big swath of the country from the Northwest all the way to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. And then Nebraska, we're sitting right in the heart of the pre-spawn right now. And then for our spawn zones, that's spreading north quickly too. Pretty soon going to be up here in Nebraska before long, a week or two, and then another week after that, they're going to be where this winter area is because it moves quick in the north. And then post-spawn, you're looking at just a little slight shift to the north here. The spawn kind of lingers there in the south. I know Lake Fork, they're still spawning. They've got that Bassmaster Elite in a couple weeks there, and they'll probably be pretty much post-spawn at that point. So these are your zones, guys. If you're in these areas, you know exactly what to throw. We'll talk about them later in the baits of the week. We do have a Bass Pro Tour event going on at Chickamauga and Nickajack. Should be a pretty awesome event with a lot of big bags caught. Definitely a spawn, post-spawn event there. So check that out, and we'll talk about it here in just a sec. As you know, we are shooting for 500 subscribers here at the Bass Prediction Center, and we're inching ever closer with 421 subscribers there. Guys, just click the subscribe button if you like what we're doing. We're going to continue to bring the best weather forecast for fishing every single week and a weekend update every Friday, plus tournament breakdowns. And like the channel, like some of these videos while you're at it. But guys, if you do subscribe, we are having a giveaway from Beyond Braid. We're going to be giving away a Beyond Braid tackle box and a spool of line to the people that subscribe since we started the BPC back in February up till we get to 500 subscribers, which hopefully won't be long. So make sure you click the subscribe button. All right, first in our tournament spotlight, I do want to shout out Paul Marks. He was a rookie here on the Elite Tour, and he got it done at his home lake there, Lake Hartwell. Had a really good event. The weights were super close, and he really battled it out on the last day to win this thing. So 68 pounds, 8 ounces. Congrats to Paul Marks over there on Lake Hartwell. And over at the MLF, we do have our one major tournament this week, and that is on Chickamauga and Nickajack Lake. Should be a super awesome spawn, post-spawn event. Should be a ton of fish caught. I bet there's going to be guys all real close in weight. It's going to be really fun to watch live. This one, definitely going to be some forward-facing sonar taking place, but also the guys that fish shallow should be able to do well. So whether you like forward-facing sonar or not, should be a great event to watch. Look for Drew Gill to do really well in this thing. I know this guy's a hammer lately, so good luck to him out there, and good luck to everyone fishing this event. MLF.com to check it out and go live. Jumping right into the weather here, and this is our convective outlook for Tuesday. If you're catching this on Tuesday, you're going to want to watch out if you're in the Northeast here in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Definitely a risk for hail, wind, and some tornadoes there. And then also near the Northwest Texas Panhandle area, also kind of the same situation, wind, some tornadoes, and some hail. So be safe if you're out there on the water today, or even in these areas at all. Make sure you have a weather plan in place. Wednesday's SPC looking a little bit better for the country. Big swath of light green, but that's a very low chance of any severe weather. Right now, we'll just look at this yellow zone, the slight risk area there along the Red River. If you're planning on fishing those stripers out there or any largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass, be careful if you're in there. Even up close to Grand Lake, there's a chance of severe storms. So Lake Fork, be really careful if you're in these areas, guys. And as of right now, day 3, Thursday's looking pretty decent. There is a marginal risk here stretching from the Ohio Valley all the way down into Texas. But that's a pretty low risk right now, so unless that changes, you guys should be sitting pretty to fish on Thursday. All right, looking at our weather probability map here of composite reflectivity, looking at possible storms for the week. As you can see, it does show storms firing up this evening here, right where we said, all the way from Ohio into the Texas Panhandle with some severe risks there. And then on Wednesday evening, Gonna fire up down here along the Red River, just like the SPC showed us here. Definitely a risk of some major severe weather there. Good Lord, I can't get this map to work right. Anyway, so as you can see, they fire right there. Looks like about 7 o'clock p.m., so right at dusk. So if you're in that area, be careful. If you're fishing, definitely get off the water by evening because it's going to storm on you. Thursday, right now, just show some light thunderstorms here, up here in the Ohio Valley. Doesn't look too severe right now. Keep an eye on it if you're planning on fishing on Thursday. Could be nasty. You know how these things change. And as of right now, they didn't have an SPC out for Friday, but looks like, let's see, possibly some storms here in the Arklatex area, maybe up near Chicago. So Friday could have some storms in these areas. The rest of the country looked pretty decent. Maybe some storms here in the mountains in New Mexico, Arizona area. Let's see, Saturday, California, going to see some rain, Nevada. Some much needed rain over there. And then on Sunday, it looks pretty quiet for the country. Sunday could be a really good day to fish. So let's look at the winds here to see how that looks. All right, our winds for today, as you can see around that low pressure system, definitely some high winds, as always, sweeping all the way down into the Texas area. Gusts of 30, upwards of 45 miles an hour near the Great Lakes. So if you're out on that water, you do not want to be out there today. It's going to be dangerous unless you have a giant boat. As we move through Wednesday, winds aren't too bad. In these storm areas, you can definitely see some gusts in the Texas area, Red River area, but not bad. And then as we move through, let's see, Thursday evening, same kind of thing. Just anywhere these storms are this time of year, there's going to be gusty winds. The rest of the country looks pretty fantastic. Friday, that pushes out to the east. Little patch of winds there in Missouri, western Texas. And then on Saturday, we do have a little gust front push through here into western Nebraska, western Kansas. Pretty normal for this time of the year. And then this weekend, big batch of winds on Sunday. So if you're fishing anywhere in the east, northeast, you're looking great. Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, and the Dakotas. Going to be a windy one on Sunday for sure. So keep an eye on that if you're planning on fishing on Sunday. Gusts of over 30 miles an hour in some of these areas, up to 40 or even 50 miles an hour in the desert. So be careful if you're out there, have your life jackets and your kill switches engaged. Looking at our temperature anomaly map here, shows our departure from average for temperatures. Very warm around the Great Lakes here. Cooler than average through this swath of the country behind these storms that fired through last night and tonight. But not much cooler, just a couple degrees. So actually still pretty nice. It's in the upper 60s here in Nebraska today, which is very nice, especially for fishing. And then as we move through the week, kind of just a mixture of everything. This is Thursday, cold in parts, warm in parts. It's just kind of nothing major. But as we go towards the weekend, we're going to have a cold system push right here into the northeast on Saturday and Sunday. Bring quite a bit of cool air into New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio. This is a 10 to 15, maybe even 20 degree departure from average. And then a big warm push here in the northwest, North Dakota, Minnesota. You're going to be losing that ice line by the end of the week. I bet you. Because this is a 20 degree departure from average in some areas. And those just kind of mix. And then this is the beginning of next week, and it's still warm up there. So definitely, if you're in those areas, get excited because you're going to be fishing soon. Big cold blast into the southwest on Monday, so be watching out for that. All right, this is our high temps for Thursday. Thursday high temps looking pretty decent. Very warm across the southeast in Texas, up to 90 degrees in some areas. 60s and 70s all throughout the Midwest and Northeast, and same thing in California. Even some 80s in parts of California, warming up down there big time. Going to be fishing Postspawn before you know it there on Clear Lake. Let's see. On Friday, high temps, kind of the same picture, almost exactly the same map. Warm throughout the south, nice weather throughout the Midwest and Northeast and West. Saturday, high temps, a little bit cooler here around the Great Lakes, but otherwise very warm all across the southern half of the country, even up into the Northwest, definitely warmer than average. Maine, you're looking cool, which does not look fun. Would not want to live in Maine. Sunday, also got a nice warm shot, like we said, up here in the Northwest. Cooling down a little bit, but still you're in the upper 50s, it's beautiful fishing weather. Put on a jacket. If it's not too windy, it's going to be a really nice day out there to fish on Sunday for you guys. And this is our total rainfall map from now through Sunday. And as you can see, central Oklahoma, you're talking about up to 7 inches of rain in some spots. All the way up here into the Grand Lake area. Going to see some huge rains, muddy waters. So be careful out there. Definitely going to be some floodwaters, but also going to push some water up into the bushes for some flipping in a week or two. So get excited if you're in those areas for later, but right now it's going to be flooding this week, so be very careful if you're out there. Watch out for debris in the water. Don't bust off your lower unit. I ruined my lower unit this week. Not fun at all. Expensive fix, but we're going to get it done for our tournament on May 18th. The rest of the country, nothing too crazy. Some bigger rains up here in the northeast, but you're talking about an inch or two. Nothing anybody can't handle. But central Oklahoma, be careful out there. All right, guys, our lake of the week this week is going to be Truman Lake in Missouri. And I have not fished here, even though it's not far from my house. It's probably only a 5 to 6 hour drive. Definitely need to get down there. This fish is a lot like some of the lakes in our area. It's a little bit deeper. It's more of a Ozark-style lake. But it does have these muddy river shallow arms down here. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got this clear arm up here. It's a humongous lake. Should be totally spawning right now. Really fun lake to fish. Tons of fish. You can get a lot of 4 to 5, 6 pounders even. Nothing huge. You're not going to get a 10 pounder out of here probably. I mean, I'm sure they've had them. But right now, there's literally anywhere you want to fish, any type of fishing you want to do. There's probably some post-spawn, spawn, and pre-spawn going on. So check out Truman Lake. They're in southwest Missouri. Really fun lake to fish. See, not far from where I'm at here in Hastings. Just a short little drive. I need to get down there and fish it. A lot of tournaments going on down there, so maybe check it out sometime. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dr. Bass Tip of the Week. I am Dr. Bass. Today we are talking about shad. Shad are very tiny little cute boogers. They are spawning soon, but one thing they don't have is rattles inside their body. So why would you throw a bait with rattles in it? Look at this. Looks beautiful, very nice bait, but has rattles. Scares the fish away because they're not used to it. So what you need to do, you get your DeWalt drill and you get your lure. And you take out the rattles, you will catch more fish. This has been another amazing tip from Dr. Bass. All right, thank you, Dr. Bass, for another great tip of the week. And now for the real baits of the week, brought to you by Beyond Braid. Go to beyondbraid.com, use code BPC10 at checkout to get 10% off any item over there at beyondbraid.com, guys. All right, looking at our winter areas, and this is a OG right here. One of the first lures I ever fished, Rapala Shad Rap. This orange gold color is amazing, but in the wintertime, you can't beat a flat-sided crank around rock or wood cover. You can probably have to put this thing on a spinning rod because it's super light. It's made out of balsa, but the slow float on it's insane, and it absolutely kills them during the winter. One of my best bags ever. My friend John was throwing one of these and just destroying them on some rocks. Pre-spawn areas. You're going to use a pink zoom trick worm on a Charlie Brewer spiderhead. Guys, if you haven't tried this, I don't know what it is. Fishing with a guy in Texas one time. Water was muddy. He put this thing on. He was throwing it around in super shallow water in a lake that didn't have that good a population of bass. And he was absolutely hammering giants on this thing. I've brought it to Nebraska. I've tried it. It works good here too. So kind of a secret little bait to try out. Super fun way to catch fish. Also a good way to get younger fishermen into fishing because it's super easy to use. Put it on a spinning rod, cast it out there, drag it around. You're going to catch a ton of bass. Spawning areas. This is a great little secret spawn bait for bass on beds. So your regular Z-Man Shrooms head, super lightweight with a TRD craws. It's a tiny little bait, goes in their bed. It's not intimidating, but also looks just like a crawdad, which they hate. And they will try to get this thing out of the bed as fast as they can. Super easy to get in their mouth, so you can get that open hook right in their mouth and hook them. Just got to be careful if you're around a lot of cover because you're probably going to be on a spinning rod with this thing. But super fun way to get them off beds. I've tried it on Lake Fork. Works great. Post-spawn areas. This is my favorite frog. It's the Jackal Gavacho frog. This thing's super soft, super sharp hooks. Walks the dog insanely well. Work this thing all around any grass areas, anywhere big females might be hanging out, trying to cool off after spawning, but this thing hammers giants, especially in this black and purple color. They also have some really awesome bluegill colors, white, whatever you want. check it out over at Tackle Warehouse. It's linked below. And that's your Beyond Braid Baits of the Week, brought to you by Beyond Braid. Go to beyondbraid.com and check out. Use code BPC10 at checkout to get 10% off anything. All right, guys, that is your BPC Week 12 forecast. Make sure you're staying weather aware this week with the severe weather that is moving through. If you're hitting the water, be ready to adapt to changing conditions quickly. Make sure you drop a comment below with where you're fishing this weekend, what you're seeing, and if you catch a giant bass, let me see that too, and maybe we'll post it up here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get entered to that Beyond Braid giveaway. Really awesome gear from Beyond Braid. I'll see you right back here for the weekend update. Stay safe and tight lines, guys.